Hello, this is Crypto CJ. Welcome to today's trade of the day. It's a Friday afternoon Zoom edition, and we've had a great week in crypto. Good news, coins pumping, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a lot of the altcoins as well. So let's check out Bitcoin. Okay, everybody should see my hour chart on Bitcoin. You see it okay? Thumbs up from John.
Yes.
All right. Oh, I get a little message now. It says participants can now see your application. So I may not have to ask you guys that anymore. So Bitcoin is over 47K and seems to be holding it for the last couple hours. Quick look at the day chart. It has left the bottom behind. It's now in the golden pocket of my Fibonacci retracements. This is an advanced charting strategy, but you guys don't really need to know it yet. You probably want to at some point. But I've got a couple buy orders in, one for Bitcoin, one for Ethereum in this range here. And hopefully those fill over the weekend. And I've got a long position in XRP right now too. So those are my swing-ish trades that are going. I picked up 6% on Ethereum and Bitcoin overnight. So I got, hit my goal on those two. I was at 5x leverage, so that's like a 30x trade, 30% trade. So that's good stuff. And I'm trying to get back in at a lower price. We'll see if that works out or not. Okay, so it looks like the trend line is holding up, and Bitcoin bounced off of it a couple of days ago, actually yesterday, and then made a really nice recovery, pushed over 46K and over 47 now. I'm interested to see if that holds tonight or over the weekend. I did learn some interesting news on Wednesday watching the Crypto Banter channel, and that there is more institutional trading now on the weekends than there has ever been before, and institutions like to do that. So I've sort of avoided or done less trading on the weekends under the theory that the lower volume would be detrimental, but with the more action of the institutions and their trading on the weekends might make that more worthwhile. Trading is kind of fun anyway, so I like to do a couple hours in the mornings and then chill in the afternoon and evening or hang out with friends and family. But if it's gonna be at or near what's going on during the week at the volume, I might trade more on the weekend. So you guys might want to check that out. And all right, so I think I'll leave my trend line in place for now to see if Bitcoin returns to it, retraces, and then bounces even higher, or it might just pump from here. Not sure. Get a little better look on the 4-hour. Yeah, about the same. All right, so that's all I have for Bitcoin. Check out Ethereum as well. And Ethereum's been riding this trend line, for like 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
On the 4-hour, we can see a little closer. And yeah, it just nudged down below it last week for a little while, then bounced back up, still just pumping up. So Ethereum and Bitcoin look good. A lot of talk online about returning to the all-time highs. 4,300 for Ethereum, nearly 65K for Bitcoin. We'll see. We're all pulling for it. So it's, even on leverage, I can do short or long trades, so I can profit if the market goes up or down. It's just a lot more fun when the market's going up. So plus I do have a couple bags of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm sure nearly everybody on this call does. So All right, well, that's all I have for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Are there anything else you want to discuss about those two coins, the two major ones, or any other news items that you've heard about?
All I'll say about those two coins is the one thing that I feel like I have learned in CryptNation is when everybody thinks the coin is going to go one way, it goes the other way.
Mm.
So I'm not holding my breath that it's going to go straight up, because
No,
that's all I see.
that almost never happens. Like it might go up a little more and then come down and bounce off of here. Or,
This probably means that I'll miss it when it does just go parabolic. But I'm just like so suspicious that everybody's talking about it all of a
it's
sudden.
reasonable. I mean, they don't usually go straight up.
No.
Even though this is straddling this line, it still had, dips along the way.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to catch one of those myself.
Oh.
May or may not work. A couple
of
people I follow. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was just going to say, a friend of mine a while ago sent me an album cover, picture of an album cover from when we were in college, from the Firesign Theater. And the title of the album was "Everything You Know Is Wrong." And I thought, well, you're looking at the same chart I'm looking at.
Yeah, and Bitcoin and Ethereum don't always care about our charts, so they may or may not.
Anyway, I didn't mean to get us off track. I was laughing at that earlier. So.
No, man, that's on the subject. We're talking about those two coins, and they move the market for the most part, and so they're working their way up. Hopefully, they get up to and beyond the all-time highs that we had this spring, and
they will. It's just
we'll see.
So.
And I'm on the fence. Do I get in now? And we've had this nice breakout, over 47K, which a lot of people are talking about as resistance that had to be broken through. And I'm not seeing it 2 o'clock on the 4 hour. That's why. So these it's kind of going sideways the last couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Since we had this breakout. So it wouldn't surprise me if it dipped a little bit and then shot up. I've got my buy order around here. I don't know if it'll be hit. No, actually I went lower. I went to like 45 and change. So we'll see.
Okay, well, good luck.
All right, let's go to Altcoin Alert. And this morning when I was looking at this, XRP was listed up here with a score of 83.5. So that's one of the 4 coins I was following and trading throughout the day. I already mentioned my sort of swing trade with the low leverage I've got going on XRP now, and then I was watching it throughout the day, and I think I traded it once. I was mostly trading IOTX and ADA from another source. It's good to have multiple sources, even as good as Altcoin Alert is. But Axie Infinity, that I've traded a lot last week or so, I've talked about a lot on my other Zooms, was not very bullish this morning, but is now. So I thought we'd go ahead and check that out. It's had some interesting movements. I went ahead and drew a Bitcoin or a Fibonacci extension. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, the day chart shows us that we've hit an all-time high today. So over $70 for access, and Axie, and then dipped a bit down. Did someone have a question?
I said, I want that one.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a dip.
Waiting for the dip. Can't argue with that. So on the hour, so we were over 70, and then it's dropped to 69 and change. So I'll redraw this. Well, I don't know if I need it now because it's dropped some. I like to use a Fibonacci extension when we're at an all-time high, and I'm seriously considering trading something. I don't do that very often, as you know. I prefer retraces, but let's go to the 15-minute chart. And if you wanted to catch this on a dip, let's say it does something like this, a big crashing dip, 1, 2, doesn't do a third, Yeah, that's when you want to get in with your MACD cross, wait for your blue line to cover, to cross, you know,
Yeah.
and then you might catch in this range here.
And it was just listed on Coinbase Pro,
Right.
so that was good.
I looked for it on Coinbase Pro because I was gonna, no, I looked for something else, but yeah, it is there. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, so this is the kind of scenario I would prefer. And since it's
Yeah.
dipping now, it actually might do that. So some patience might be come into play, wait for a dip sequence, and then try to ride that back up to, you know, where we clearly have resistance here around $70, $71. So, and you probably get 5 or 6%. That's a good day trade. We'll save the Fibonacci extension for some other time. It's not relevant right now. So any questions on Axis, on Axie? I showed you that on the 15-minute chart. So I'm really looking for, you know, something like this down this range here. So you could set an alert around 67, 80. You know,
Yeah.
catch that back to where it was, 4%. Some more resistance here, about 5.7. And then it's a bit riskier to go up here, 7.9. So. All right. Also had Bitcoin Gold. I've never traded this coin, but I did find out it's on Binance. Okay, date chart. It's been on Binance since April. You know, these newer coins don't have real good trading ranges, so I mean, it's not exactly new. It's, you know, 2-3 months old. That's not new in crypto. So let's see if there was a. Let's go to Bitfinex. All right, so it's on Bitfinex way before that. So we do have some chart history here. That's what I like to see. So if something's listed new on an exchange that you're using and you don't find much, you know, much information, try to find it on another exchange, and you can sometimes find, you know, the
Okay.
chart action you're looking for. So, all right, so on this one, you know, it's high in May, $161, dropped 80%, about 6 weeks. Didn't really make much of a recovery until fairly recently. Seems like I'm repeating myself over and over again on those scenarios. All right, a lot of sideways lines on the hour chart, which usually is indicative of low volume. We don't like low volume. That's horrible. We're on Bitfinex, so let's get back over to Binance. It's probably considerably better volume there. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, on the hour, we had a pump up here to 63.10. So it was pumping a couple hours ago, and it is now, it's just kind of cruising up a little bit. Bought it now, top of the Bollinger Band's about 1%. Don't like that too much. 1% is fine if I get something low and there are better retrace history. 1% here, I don't care for. But again, if you want to trade this coin, we did have a dip sequence here early this morning. Catch something like that. You know, about 2 to 3%. Most likely the SMA line would be curving down, so you're looking at about 1 to 2%. I would trade Axis over this any day. So not liking this one that much. All right, what else we got? Well, BTG just went above Axie in the AA score. So that's intriguing. XRP's back. Storm X, I've traded this a while ago. It's probably been a couple months. Let's check it out. Day chart, lots of retrace potential. You guys know the drill by now. 60, 70% loss, starting to come back. Trending up on the hour chart. About the last week or so. I like that. Where do we enter? Okay, if we catch some green candles above the SMA line, trend trade up here to about 3 cents. A little over 3 cents, 1.4%. Got some resistance here. More recent, 3.45%. As of early this morning, that's not bad. Again, I probably want to catch a dip sequence like this. We get the squeeze in the bubble. 1, 2, 3. Not a well-defined third dip. Nice pump here. 1.4%. Dips a little bit more. SMA line 1.7. Hang in there until the afternoon, 2.78. And then up here over close to 5%. So rather see a duplication of that than buying it here and hoping it'll go up. So, and then let's look at XRP as well. Okay, day chart. Coming back into my golden pocket area. 1 hour. Hit $1.09 a couple days ago. That's roughly my exit where in my current trade. Right now, $1.05. I got in at about $1.03, and then when it moved up, I went ahead and moved up a stop loss. So my stop loss is in profit. It's small, but that way the trade is lossless. I talked about this on Mondays, that if you're in a trade that's going to take some time and you see that you're in profit, and you wouldn't mind settling for that as a profit, you can move a stop loss and make that your profit. And that way you remove the risk of the trade. Unless your stop loss malfunctions, which has happened to me before, but it doesn't happen very often. All right, so if we're interested in XRP, where do we get in? Pumped up here above the top of the Bollinger Band on the 5-minute chart, and steadily declining since then. Be interesting to see if it bounces off this SMA line. Wouldn't surprise me. Then from there to the top of the Bollinger Band would be over 3%. So I'd probably look for something like that in the short term, or you can wait for a dip sequence like this. Not sure if we count this one since it's still in the squeeze part. 1, 2, 3, pump. 2% to the SMA line, dips. 3.5% to get some resistance here. Looks like it's respecting that resistance. It was for a while. Dipped again and shot through it, over 5%. So I don't know if it's going to dip down here in the near future. I want to set an alert, catch it here, and then ride it up. I know the CryptNation guys don't like XRP. That's fine. I'm not holding this. I'll trade it if I like what I see on the charts. So that's how I approach XRP. All right, any questions on the coins we've looked at with the AA scores? All right, let's do some sorts. Our favorite's been the Elder Impulse. So I'm going to click here. You can always tell if it's, yeah, okay, that's it. So we're looking for bullish and very bullish. Cardano is a coin I saw earlier today and I've been looking at, and I've traded it a couple times today. We've got very bullish on long-term sentiment and bullish on the daily Elder Impulse. So the chart looks good. There's a lot of news about this on you know, on YouTube and Twitter and all that. I vaguely recall it has something to do with they're going to have smart contracts now, and that should, you know, put them more in competition with Ethereum and the other main altcoins. So that probably is why the long-term sentiment is very bullish.
September 12th,
Yeah.
when it will happen, I guess.
So we are in the rumor portion now. The news will be in September. So. All right, so on Cardano, we're bullish in the AA score, fire on trading activity, neutral on hourly. All this looks really good. We're a little higher here than I would like, a little lower here than I would like, but it's still worth a look. So I'm usually looking for 5% or better on the 1 hour projection, but I'm willing to hold it obviously longer than that if necessary. And since the other numbers look so good, I think it's worth a look. It's been hanging around $2 most of the day. At least it was when I was trading it. So yeah, we're 244 is the all-time high. We're over $2. So this is one of the better recovering coins since the dump. It's got 20% to go to get back where it was. And I need to update my fibs, but yeah, moving up nicely in the hour chart. So where do we get in? Did have a good dip sequence here this morning. I think I assume Bitcoin did this because I've seen this now in every chart we've looked at. So if you bought it now, we're right at the SMA line, my least favorite place to buy. 2% to the top of the Bollinger Band, not bad. We do have resistance here, so it may not push through. Again, the dip sequence is probably the better way to go. Maybe put your, it's better to buy at support than resistance. So yeah, put your alert right around 195, 196, try to catch that dip. So, but yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing on ADA. Again, it's not a coin I hold, but could be, I do like trading it from time to time.
Okay, I'm going to confess I bought some today. It's the first time I ever bought any.
Really?
Yeah. And I almost didn't because I thought, well, am I FOMOing in because it had spiked up so much? But I didn't do it as a day trade. So maybe I should just shut up on this call. But there's so much fundamental stuff going on that I thought I would like to have a little bit of it. So I bought it, I don't know, like 196 or 195 this morning. Which at the time didn't, you know, I thought, well, it could just be a mistake and it'll go down from here. But I was not trying to like get out in 2 hours. I thought I just want to have a little bit of this. So now I'm in ADA too.
All right. So yeah, I mean, there's been coins I bought as a day trade and then held on longer than that. It's not very common for me, but
well, it was in the model portfolio for the longest time. And it wasn't on Coinbase, and I didn't have something that I could pick it up with. And then they took it out of there, and they've been sort of bad mouthing it ever since, especially Pizza Mind. Like, oh, it's got no usage.
yeah, it's no one's using it for anything, but it keeps going up in price. So I guess the potential, you know, it's sort of like buying it's not a real good example, but like an ICO or IPO, like in stocks, when a company has no revenue and you buy it because it has potential, you buy the
Yeah.
stock. You know, it's kind of like that. But
Yeah.
this coin's been around for a while, so
Yeah.
that's
We'll
what's
see
always
what
been
happens.
confusing.
You know, I didn't mortgage the house for it, but I did buy a little bag for the first time. So
All right.
maybe.
Well, I hope it at least gets back into the 240s and beyond. So
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
especially if they actually get some, you know, some use functions and some projects built on it. So
Yeah.
all right. Okay, so that was ADA, and let's see if we have any more on this sort. MATIC is bullish and very bullish, so we like that. Thumbs up on social and trading activity. Bullish on AA score. I'm usually looking for neutral or better. Neutral on short-term sentiment and on the hourly elder, that's fine. And I lost it, 14%, a little more than I would like, but usually try to catch this in like the 8 to 12% range. You know, much more above that, I'm concerned that it might be played out for the day. So, but I've traded MATIC a lot, quite a bit last week. So let's check it out. Actually, earlier this week. Okay, all-time high, 272. Again, this is another one that the CryptNation guys don't like as much. I think well, they've sort of waffled on it. It's a second layer solution. You know, sort of a backup plan for projects built on Ethereum that, even though we've had the Ethereum London fork, the fees seem to be a little less, but not a whole lot less. And, you know, MATIC might get left behind when those improvements are done to Ethereum, you know, 2.0, ADA, like we just talked about. So, but it's had a nice pump the last couple of weeks. So I don't mind trading it in the short term. Okay, on the hour, a nice pump in the last few days. And if this thing takes a curve, bounces off the SMA line, you know, 2% to the top of the Bollinger Band, got resistance here, about a little over 1. I don't like that. Buying up here is kind of risky in my mind. Didn't really have much of a dip sequence. No, that's this afternoon. Yeah, it was mostly squeezy early this morning. Didn't participate in that much in that dip sequence we talked about the other coins. So again, I'd be looking to try to catch it down here and ride it back up. So you can set your alerts here, you know, with a price alert. You know. Or I've talked before many times about setting alerts on the RSI. You know, 30. You know, and then that usually is, that's a when a coin's dipped, and it's usually bound to come. It's likely to come back, not always, but that's
Put it
another way
on
you
the
can.
15-minute usually.
Yeah, the 5-minute will usually show you a first or second dip. The 15, you know, when that dips, it'll usually show you a, you know, second or third dip. So like we've got this dip here at 7:15 yesterday. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, 7:15 yesterday. You know, here's the squeeze, and it's bubbling. We've got 1, 2, 3. So the alert goes off at 7:15, and you're in the middle of the third dip. You know, love that. Probably get in here. There's actually a fourth dip on this particular scenario. So I'd be down a little bit here, but you know, eventually you know, to the SMA line, not quite 1%, a little over 2% to the top, 5% here. I'd probably be looking for this resistance here around just under 5%. So pick that up in about 4.5 hours. That's a good day trade. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. All right, any questions on the Elder Impulse sort? We usually do trading activity. Let's mix it up a little and try social activity. You can get all kinds of nonsense in this one. Funfair. It's a carnival token. Do we need a carnival token? I don't know. Chromia, I've traded earlier this week. It's got some good values here, but we got poop on trading activity. Don't care for that. Don't want to trade poop. Ontology, I've traded before. Neutral, bullish and very bullish on the sentiment. That's pretty good. Just under 10% on today's profit. A little over $1. I haven't looked at Ontology in quite a while. Let's check it out. Yeah, I haven't looked at this since October of last year. Usual big pump, big dump, starting to come back. Kind of annoying. So on the hour, yeah, seen this this kind of action before on the others. It's already pretty close to the top of the Bollinger Band. Yeah, less than 1% to the top. Don't like that. Yeah. We had a dip sequence this morning. Not well defined. Really just 1.5 dips. I don't know. Don't see an obvious entry point here other than just trying to catch it on a dip. So I feel like I'm getting repetitive. So I'm going to.
What's interesting, but it's you just did social activity.
Mm-hmm.
Those fires groups together all of the Elder Impulse daily and the long-term very bullish. Before you had to like skip down to find them, and there they all are together.
Yeah, I don't use that sort very often, but that it can be useful. If people are talking about these tokens, they're more likely to be trading them or considering trading them, so those can push the values up, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it's a useful tool. I don't think it's as valuable as some of the others, but I was getting bored with.
I'm wondering if it's like chicken or the egg. Is it the social activity driving the Elder Impulse positives or the Elder Impulse driving? It's got to come from the social activity. So
yeah, to some degree. I mean, it is trend based, momentum based. The Elder Impulse is. I've always thought of it more of a of a charting function than a rumor.
I just thought it was interesting when you did that because I'd never seen them all grouped like that. And
yeah,
like if I was scrolling down, I would see one and then there'd be like 5 spaces and then there'd be another one. Like go back and do the Elder Impulse sort again. And all these ones that are very bullish are like spaced out over the 200 coins.
Mm-hmm.
There's one on the screen and there's the next 3. I don't know. I think I'm going to like just sort of the social activity and try to find some of the Elder Impulse long-term ones that the Allen method.
Yeah. That's a good point, though.
Tell Alan I'm going to cut him out of the equation. Anyway, it's just something I noticed visually.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So again, whatever you use, however you use Altcoin Alert, it's up to you. It's a database. You can sort many ways. And, it is as crazy and volatile as crypto is. It's not the worst thing in the world to start with, you know, with the chatter on Twitter and then go to the technical analysis. You know, what we like about this is it combines those kind of things. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the AA score does that as well, but if you want to focus on one or the other, you have that option. So,
Right. Right.
all right. Well, any other questions on Altcoin Alert or any of the coins or tokens we've looked at, things we talked about? Okay, I'll just throw this open to anybody who wants to talk about crypto. You know, what's on your mind. I've got a little bit of time if you want to hang out and just chat about what's going on. And we've got Terry. Is this Terry from CryptNation in the Slack group, the notorious chart master, or is this a different Terry? I guess he doesn't want to talk. Could be a she. Don't know. All right. Any new people have any questions? You know, don't be afraid to ask something you think is no such thing as a dumb questions. That is Terry. Oh, we have a legend amongst us. Terry from the Slack group. One of the best charting traders I've ever seen. So it's nice to have you aboard. But he says he has no microphone, so he won't be chatting. So
Thank you, Terry, for what you put in there.
yeah, he's a great resource. So
Yeah, it's like, yeah, thank you.
I
I've
don't have any
embarrassed him.
questions, but I'd just say thanks for being willing to do these calls. I've been lurking a little bit and trying to find my legs, and I'm learning a lot. So I appreciate your time and effort with these calls.
You're welcome, Corey. How long have you been in Altcoin Alert?
Probably about a month. Yeah, I've made like 2 trades and just have a KuCoin account. And now I'm trying to figure out to expand from there. So yeah, just still pretty new, trying to figure it all out.
I was on KuCoin today because I want to get my spot trading off of Binance, and I put most of my crypto on Coinbase Pro, like I mentioned earlier. But I want to, you know, KuCoin has a really nice selection, so I will probably be joining you there in the near future. So the platform could be better, but I mean, as far as the ease of use, but I'll probably get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, any other
Can you use dollars on KuCoin?
what about that? What about KuCoin?
Can you use dollars or dollars to buy?
Yeah, they have a USD option, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they have USD and USDT.
And a lot of them don't, right?
True.
Yeah,
True.
okay.
Yeah, Coinbase Pro last month or two has USDT on it. I don't know if they have pairs in USDT. I could look. I have it open now. They do have pairs in USDT. There's not a lot of volume on them, but most people here are used to using USD on Coinbase Pro. So, all right. Let's see, I got one chat message. Terry and Cheryl are saying hello. Good to have them aboard. And we're at about 40 minutes, so I think that's a good place to stop. Thank you guys for showing up on Friday afternoons and on Mondays. I appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time. Have a good weekend. Happy trading.
Thanks for your
Thanks.
time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.